Welcome to TeachMeAll.com. In this video, we're going to show you how to change the plugs and the plug wires on this 2002 Dodge Grand Caravan Sport.
Yeah, you know those three plugs that are up front, those are the real easy ones to get to. Those are no problem. However, the three in the back, they're really difficult. Now there's several ways you can do this. Today our video is going to show you how to do it coming in from the top by removing the wiper cowl assembly for the room.
So now we're going to go over the tools that we used for this project.
These new spark plug wires, some spark plugs, some Anti-Sieze lubricant, some Dielectric Grease for the spark plug wires, a 15mm socket and ratchet, a T25 Torx Bit and ratchet and small extension, a 13mm socket and ratchet and extension, and a 10mm deep well socket and ratchet. We also need a 5/8 spark plug socket, a short Phillips head screwdriver, a standard screwdriver, some spark plug wire removal pliers, a feeler gauge or spark gap setting tool, a wiper arm removal tool that we got from our local auto parts store, a 3/8 drive torque wrench, a Sharpie, some glass cleaner, some clean shop towels, a shop light, and some safety goggles. Then we're going to use our Sharpie to mark the position of the windshield wipers. We're going to lift this cover and expose the 15mm nut to remove the wiper arms. This is for passenger and the driver's side. And using our wiper arm removal tool, we're going to press off the wiper arms. Set your wiper arms safely out of the way. Next to each of the wiper arm studs is a latch that secures the cowl assembly to the firewall. Using our Phillips head screwdriver, we turn it about 1/4 of a turn. We're going to review with the 6 screw locations that hold the wiper cowl in place. Screw number 1, screw number 2, screw number 3, screw number 4, screw number 5, and screw number 6. Then we're going to remove these screws using our T25 Torx Bit. Okay, with all 6 screws removed, we're going to open the hood and remove our wiper cowl. We'll lift the cowl up and we have to remove our windshield washer line. Disconnect it down here at the bottom, then we got to remove the plug from the cowl assembly. With that removed, we'll have to bend the cowl slightly in the middle and slide it past the hood hinges. Then we're going to show you the location of the nuts and the bolts that need to be removed in order to remove the wiper assembly from the vehicle. There are 4 nuts on top and there are 4 bolts below that hold it to the firewall. Now we're going to remove the negative battery cable from the battery using our 10mm socket and ratchet. Then we're going to disconnect the plug for the wiper motor. First we slide this little red tab up, then we press right here on this gray tab and pull it out. Now using our 10mm socket and ratchet, we remove the 4 top nuts that secure the wiper assembly. Now we're going to use our 13mm socket and ratchet and about a 6-inch extension to remove the 4 bolts holding the wiper assembly to the firewall. Once we remove these 4 bolts, we're going to disconnect the drains for the wiper cowl. There's one on both sides. Now we're going to remove the wiper assembly, tilt the front up a little bit, and pull it forward. It's best to have help. Now we have plenty of access to the rear spark plugs. Before we get started, we're going to go ahead and pre-gap each one of our spark plugs using our spark gap tool. We make sure each spark plug is gapped to 50 thousandths. Now we're going to prep our spark plug wires by putting a little dielectric grease in each boot of all the spark plug wires. Using dielectric grease keeps out moisture and helps prevent corrosion. Now we're going to disconnect the spark plug wire on the first spark plug, one farthest away from the coil pack. We'll slide out of the harness. Then we're going to pull the wire off the coil pack. And here we remove our dipstick, just have a little more access. Now using our 5/8 spark plug socket, we're going to remove the spark plug. As you remove each spark plug, check it for any signs of problems. As we get ready to put in our new spark plugs, we apply a little bit of Anti-Sieze lubricant to the threads. Then we put our spark plug back in place, make sure not to hit the electrode on the head or any surrounding metal, as this can change your gap. Then we tighten our spark plugs up and then we'll torque them to 20 foot-pounds unless otherwise noted. Now we're going to replace our spark plug wires. We use the old wire to compare to the new wires to see which one goes where. We'll slide the end onto the coil pack first to make sure it snaps into place. Then we'll put our wire back into the harness. Then we're going to slide the other end onto the spark plug. Again, make sure it fits secure. Then we're going to move to the second spark plug. Using our pliers, we loosen it up, remove the wire from both ends, remove our spark plug, inspect it, get ready for our new one, put a little Anti-Sieze lubricant on the threads. Carefully slide it back into place and tighten it up. Once it's tight, we're going to torque it to 20 foot-pounds. Then we're going to compare for the wire. This one's a little bit longer, but we try to get the closest match. We slide it onto the coil pack, into the harness, and then back onto the spark plug. Then we're going to go to the closest spark plug to the coil pack. Remove the plug wire. Remove our spark plug. Prepare our new plug. Carefully put it back into place and tighten it down and torque it to 20 foot-pounds. Find the correct spark plug wire. Place the wire on the spark plug and on the coil pack. Then we're going to replace our dipstick. Then we're going to show you the spark plug locations on the back side of the engine. Again, starting with the spark plug farthest from the coil pack, we'll go ahead and remove the wire from the spark plug, follow it to the coil pack and remove it. Using our wrench and our 5/8 spark plug socket, we'll go ahead and remove the spark plug. Prepare the new spark plug by putting a little Anti-Sieze lubricant on the threads. And be extra careful inserting the spark plugs on the back side of the engine because you can't see them as well as you can on the front. As you're putting these plugs in, be sure not to cross thread them. Once tight, we'll torque them to 20 foot-pounds. Find the correct wire. Install it into the coil pack. Snap it into the harness. Then install it onto the spark plug. Then remove to the second spark plug. Remove the wire from the spark plug. Remove the wire from the coil pack. Remove our spark plug. Prepare our new plug. Carefully slide it back into place. We'll tighten it up by hand. Use our ratchet, then our torque wrench to torque it to 20 foot-pounds. Then we'll slide our plug wire back on to the coil pack, back into the harness, and onto the plug. Now we're going to move the wire from the final plug, remove it from the coil pack, remove our plug, prepare the new plug, carefully slide it into place. And we'll tighten it down. And finally, we'll torque it to 20 foot-pounds. Then we're going to install our new wire, first to the coil pack. Make sure you get it snapped into place. Put it to the harness. Then install it onto the plug. Now, with an extra hand, we'll slide our wiper assembly back into place, making sure you get it onto the 4 studs on top. Replace our 10mm nuts Tighten them up using our 10mm socket and ratchet. Then reinstall the 13mm bolts. With all 4 bolts installed, then we're going to reattach our cowl drains. We'll reattach our wiring harness for the wiper motor. Make sure you slide that red clip back down. Then we're going to center these fasteners in this bracket. This will help us at reattaching our cowl cover. Then we slide our cowl cover back into place, bending it slightly in the middle to get it past the hood hinges. Then we slide our washer line back through the hole in the wiper assembly. We reattach the hose. Then we'll turn our latches back a quarter of a turn with our short screwdriver. We're going to reattach our negative battery cable and tighten it down with our 10mm socket and ratchet. We're going to close the hood, and then we're going to reinstall the 6 screws holding the wiper cowl in place. Then we're going to reinstall our wiper arms. Make sure they line up with the marks on the windshield. Tighten up the nut with a 15mm socket and ratchet. Replace the covers. And don't forget to remove the marks on the windshield with your glass cleaner and a clean rag.
Well, we hope this video will help you change the spark plugs and plug wires in your 2002 Dodge Grand Caravan Sport.
Send any comments you may have to comments@teachmeall.com. And as always, thank you for visiting teachmeall.com and have a great day.